Just 7 years ago, 70% of Intel's business was being driven by PCs. That number now stands at 50%. The remaining half of the business is now being driven by data center, storage, and transformational technologies like IoT and AI. And today, we have the man spearheading this change. We have Prakash Mallya, Managing Director of Sales and Marketing at Intel. Prakash, warm welcome to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Prakash, to start with, Gartner had predicted that by 2020, more than 30% of the data centers that are not running AI or any form of machine learning are going to be operationally and economically unviable. So what is your take on that?
I would think if you look at artificial intelligence, it's one of the fastest growing workloads, including analytics. And the reason for that is the data-driven world one is looking at. As a data point, the people-driven internet was creating 1.5 gigabytes per day, average human being. And when you look at a machine, typically a car, would create 4,000 gigabytes in a day. Order of magnitude higher. A smart factory would be 1 million gigabytes per day. All of that means, not too distant future, we would have a lot of data and the need to analyze a lot of data. So it's a foregone conclusion that artificial intelligence tools and technologies would absolutely be needed to analyze all of that data. So yes, I do believe artificial intelligence would play a very critical role, and cloud and data center service providers would have to invest in artificial intelligence tools and technologies related services for their end customers in the future.
Now, when it comes to AI, data and compute power has been cited as one of the biggest roadblocks to AI proliferation. Now, what do you think Indian organizations can do to actually bridge this gap? And how does Intel actually play a role in bridging the gap as well?
We are celebrating 50 years as a company. We are 50 years young, I would think. And in that duration, we have driven Moore's law across different architectures. And the outcome of Moore's law has been the transformation of computing in general. So the horsepower that used to exist in refrigerator size or big room full of computers exists in very small form factor devices today. And that's Moore's law at work. And what it has done is it has created capabilities of artificial intelligence, tools and technologies to be leveraged to make sense out of the data that is coming through to create impact for society. And in my opinion, the industry in India is right at the cusp of that transformation led by data. And my advice would be to embrace that change at large as well. So I'm hugely optimistic about the capabilities of AI, what impact it can have to the country like India, and what the industry at large can do to leverage on that opportunity.
All right, Prakash, now when it comes to IoT and 5G deployment in India, there happens to be certain challenges. Now, in your experience with working with organizations and startups, what challenges have you identified and how has Intel been able to overcome those challenges?
At the highest level, I'm really bullish about the opportunity in India to leverage technologies like IoT to impact the business outcomes. And I'll explain why. The quality of network in the country has improved in the last several months. Second, we have usages that can really start scaling. Retail is a great case in point. With GST implementation, retail is a scalable solution in the IoT space. So there are a couple of areas where I'm starting to see momentum. That momentum can expand to video surveillance solutions using Smart City as an initiative that government is driving. Longer term, I do think that the usage models would determine how pervasive IoT solutions can be. And 5G and next generation networks like 5G would play a very critical role in fueling that adoption. So a lot of work, industry at large, Intel being a part of that industry effort, if you can build usage models, which includes edge devices to the cloud and data center in verticals which are important for the country, healthcare being one, agriculture being another, transportation, logistics, are all great opportunities for us to showcase solutions in IoT that can really transform the business impact in the country.
Now, Intel has been doing a lot of work in collaboration with industries and academia when it comes to the democratization of AI. Now, could you explain the rationale behind it and the objective?
The intent for Intel is for everybody to benefit from a technology like AI. And hence, our biggest efforts would be, one, to raise all boats on talent in India. So we are doing a lot of work in training academic institutions, research, and industry at large on AI tools and technologies. So we have right now trained 20,000 different profiles of people in India on AI tools and technologies. Second, we are working very closely with industry ecosystem to create usages on AI, specific to different verticals, financial services being one of them. The last is we are working very closely with the government, and as you may be aware, Ministry of IT has a stated goal on using AI as a methodology to create use cases for the country. We are working very closely with the government as well as the rest of the industry player to contribute to those use cases. This would make public and private sector participation possible to use AI to fundamentally impact the trajectory of the country. To summarize, one, we are very closely involved in raising all boats on talent. Second, creating industry use cases with our customers and partners. Third, working very closely with the government as well as the industry consortium to build use cases which are relevant to the country for AI.
Right, some fantastic insights there. That was Prakash Mallya, the Managing Director of Sales and Marketing at Intel India. Prakash, thank you again. Thank you for sharing those inputs and insights. That was fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.